Good afternoon and welcome to Featherstone Rovers TV, where this afternoon we're bringing you live full match commentary of Rovers' trip to face Whitehaven in the Championship. James Ford's men are looking to make it 3 wins on the spin, and they make the long trip to Cumbria this afternoon, hoping they can carry on their fine form at this ground in recent years. Featherstone haven't lost here since 2008, a 9-match winning run in League and Cup. So hopefully the travelling Blue Wall will be rewarded with another victory this afternoon. However, despite Whitehaven losing their last 3, they are certainly not a side to be taken lightly at all after they won their opening 2 matches of the season here against Swinton and Barrow. My name is Tim Steer. It's great to be with you this afternoon. Thank you for your company wherever you're listening in from today. Hopefully we'll bring you another fantastic match in the Championship this afternoon, and hopefully, as I say, another win for Featherstone Rovers this afternoon at the Ortus Rec today. Kickoff is in about 3 minutes time, and on Featherstone Rovers TV we'll be bringing you all the action live this afternoon. We'll go through the 2 teams very shortly indeed, including 5 changes for Featherstone Rovers, with the likes of Akins, Corey Hall, Leo Tennyson, Jaden Tanner and Gadwin Springer out of the team. In come Louis Gorman, Connor Barley, who's going to be making his debut as well, Wellington Albert, Keenan Tomlinson and Dean Roberts. But let's have a look at the Whitehaven team first. They're at home, of course, this afternoon, and they have made a couple of changes, with Adeni Gebi starting in place of Oscar Duran. Rio Corkill is in for Connor Holiday, so they line up with Jake Mason at fullback, Joey Romeo, Curtis Tier, Will Evans and Adeni Gebi. The halves are Jake Carter and Lachlan Hannigan, Guy Graham and Ross Ainley at prop, with James Newton, the captain, at hooker, Owen McCarran, Rio Corkill, Ryan King making up the rest of the forward line. On the interchange bench for Whitehaven, it's Jamie Duran, Hugh Worthington, Dan Hindmarsh, both of them set to make their debuts today, and Brett Bailey, with the 18th man being Lucas Castle for this afternoon's game. All eyes certainly from the home fans' perspective on Gebi making his first start. As for Featherstone Rovers, as I say, those 5 changes for this afternoon's game that mean they line up with Louis Gorman at fullback, Connor Wynne, Connor Barley, Greg Minikin and Gareth Gale, the 3-quarter line. The halves are Connor Jones and Paul Turner. At props, Maurice Camano and Jack Bussey, with Harry Bowes at hooker. Brad Day, Keenan Tomlinson and Danny Addy make up the rest of the forward line. On the interchange, Reese Butterworth, Brad England, Dean Roberts, a welcome return for him. Of course, he's been out for the last 8 games, 6 of those being because of suspension, and Wellington Albert also amongst the interchange this afternoon. And the 18th man is Nathan Massey for today's game. It'll be interesting to see whether or not Connor Jones and Harry Bowes will end up swapping positions, of course, with Connor Jones, as I say, named in the halves for today's match, with Bowes in at hooker. Whether or not that will be the case once we get things underway, of course, we will see, and we'll bring you all the action here on Featherstone Rovers TV this afternoon. Gareth Gale, of course, in fine try-scoring form as well for the visitors. He'll be looking to carry on his good spell right now. And Featherstone Rovers, as I've mentioned before, in good form coming here to Whitehaven. 2 wins on a row, looking for a 3rd in the spin, and they do like a trip to Whitehaven. They won this corresponding fixture last year by 60 points to 0. But in terms of the squad, only Gale and Connor Jones played that day, and they'll play again today, of course, so it's quite the turnover in terms of those that were involved in that game and those that are involved today. Mark Carella scoring 2 tries and kicking 8 goals in that match as well. This game last year as well, you may remember, was delayed heavily. The kickoff was delayed due to problems with the traffic on the M6. But they did eventually get the game underway. I think it was around about 4:15 they ended up getting that match underway in the end. But still, that 60-0 result showed that it didn't really affect Featherstone Rovers too much. It's a decent afternoon in terms of weather at the Ortus Rec. I do say it's not actually raining for a change, which is nice. My word, it's been foul weather recently, hasn't it, this year? And a good number of travelling contingent, as always. The Blue Wall in force, ready to support their team this afternoon. Well under cover in the covered terracing at the Ortus Rec this afternoon, and hopefully they're going to be rewarded for what is a very long trip up to Cumbria with another 2 points on the board. The 2 teams making their way out onto the field. Whitehaven against Featherstone Rovers in the Championship this afternoon. And Featherstone Rovers making their way out onto the field firstly. We await the arrival of Whitehaven soon to follow for this championship match. Whitehaven's 5th home game in 6 league fixtures this year, winning their first 2, but losing the last 3, including last week away at Toulouse Olympique. Both teams out on the field now, lining up for the customary photos before we get things underway. Danny Addy, a nice big smile on his face with the mascots ahead of kick-off. There goes the siren, and there's a frantic scramble to the side from quite a few Whitehaven mascots for today's game. Ball on halfway, ready to get this one underway today here on Featherstone Rovers TV. Thank you so much for your company this afternoon, as we hope to bring you a 3rd win on the spin for Featherstone Rovers this afternoon. And we are underway at the Autosrec. It's Featherstone Rovers that get things underway with a kick-off. There was a tricky bounce in the end, but it's collected by Whitehaven. First tackle is on the 10. Ryan Cox, the referee for today's game. As Featherstone Rovers looking to pen Whitehaven in on this first set and the opening exchanges of this game. Good tackling from Greg Minikin, one of 2 men. 3 to complete the tackle on Whitehaven. Towards the middle as Harry Bowes gets stuck in. Bowes very much in the middle at the moment as Ainley tries to push on and forward for Whitehaven. They're just 5 short of halfway. Looks like last tackle play, the call from the referee, so the kick is going to come forward from Whitehaven. But controlled very neatly by the boot there of Louis Gorman. Then he scoops it up and runs towards the middle. Louis Gorman back involved for Featherstone Rovers today. On dual reg from Hull Kingston Rovers, of course. 19 years of age, only turned 19 on Thursday, in fact, so happy birthday to him. Hopefully he can mark his first game since that with a victory this afternoon. Featherstone up the middle, towards halfway, centre field. Trying to burst their way through with Connor Jones. He's brought down 5 metres into the Whitehaven half. Along the line it goes, Addy onto his left-hand side, nearly breaking through the line here. Featherstone Rovers up to the 20, over that now before they're brought down. This is a great position, centre field, 15 away. Last tackle play, it's in the hands of Danny Addy, steps back on his right. Can he find an offload here? He's not going to be able to. He's wrapped up by the Whitehaven defence. And that's going to be the home side's ball as a result. They got to 5 metres away there with Addy, but he couldn't get that ball out of his hands, couldn't get a kick away. But the next best thing is to finish the set as close to the opposition's try line as you can, and that's certainly what Danny Addy did there. Now Whitehaven trying to get things moving with Jake Mason, the half-back, full-back, sorry, and the number 2. The matching half, it goes down the blind side left for Whitehaven as they head towards the 40. Right on that far left-hand touchline, tight to it when they play the ball. They keep the play down that left for now. Featherstone quick in the tackle, and Whitehaven just over their own 40-metre line. High kick comes forward. Gorman with eyes on it, claims it cleanly on his 10, on the full, and again takes it towards the middle. Young player of the season 2023, it's at Hull KR, Louis Gorman. Certainly big hopes for him at Hull KR. A welcome return to the Featherstone side, and it's a penalty, holding down in the tackle against Whitehaven with Featherstone on their 40. So this is a good opportunity to kick this one on, get themselves further up the field. 3.5 minutes in, no points on the board yet. Whitehaven 0, Featherstone Rovers 0. And from the tap, Minikin restarts on Whitehaven's 40. So fresh set inside of the Whitehaven half. Big chance to open the scoring in this game for the visitors. Here comes Kamano. He's brought down. Centre field, Bowes awaits at acting half. They're 25 metres away. Now here's Addy. Addy backing into a couple of Whitehaven defenders, brought down 10 metres out. This looks decent though for Featherstone Rovers if they can make the most of it. It's back on the inside with Louis Gorman. Gorman just wrapped up though, 5 metres short. Bowes is quick to acting half back. Goes to his right hand side. Could they find a way over here? Featherstone, the Whitehaven defence just gonna hold back. Jack Bussey in the end, and the referee calls it. Held up. We'll go back to the 10. And a chance to put more pressure on the Whitehaven defence. It's Jones with the grubber. It's a lovely one. It's holding up nicely. Are they going to get there in time and get that down? Yes, they are. It's Connor Wynne sliding in right in front of the blue wall as well. And Featherstone Rovers take the lead. 5 minutes into the first half at the Ortus Rec. It's Whitehaven 0, Featherstone Rovers 4. Connor Wynne's 5th try of the season. And after winning that penalty just inside their own half, getting themselves into the Whitehaven half to restart the set, they made that advantage count. And it was a beautiful little grubber kick from Connor Jones down the right hand side. Wynne came in just for a minute there. I thought it wasn't going to quite get there in time, but it might end up going dead. But he did get there in the nick of time. And Ryan Cox says, yep, that's a try. And that's the lead for Featherstone Rovers. 5 minutes into this game. Connor Wynne, of course, very much the hero last time out against Widnes in that 32-24 win with those 2 tries on 75 and 78 minutes, sealing the win. And he's come up with an important try to kick things off here. The conversion's a tricky one though. It's Danny Addy, 21 metres away, down the right hand side, just a couple in from the far right and touchline. Addy, right footed, and it's not going to make the posts. It drops short by a couple of metres. So that means the score remains Whitehaven 0, Featherstone Rovers 4. Whether or not Addy's on kicking duty for the whole game, we'll see. I imagine Louis Gorman will be an option as well if needs be later on. But a good start for Featherstone Rovers, leading by 4 points to 0 on Featherstone Rovers TV. Thank you for your company this afternoon. Great to be with you. As Featherstone from the kick-off now find themselves just short of their 30-metre line. Back towards the middle. I have to give praise as well again to Connor Jones for that little grubber kick through to make the Connor Wynne try. Lovely effort. Very much at half-back it seems today. Thought he might be swapping it on occasion with Harry Bowes. That's good metres made forward by Kamano to bring Featherstone over the 40 in Whitehaven's half. Last tackle play. Here comes the high kick. Eyes on it from Gebbie, and he does manage to catch it facing his own try line, 15 metres from his try line as well. The Papua New Guinean, who certainly arrived back in November, I believe his signing was announced for Whitehaven, with certainly a lot of excitement from the Haven fans as Whitehaven in possession. 25 metres from their own line, trying to spin their way off the Featherstone tackle was Joey Romeo. Quick play the ball as Whitehaven try to find a way back into this game. Featherstone Rovers lead by 4 points to 0. 8.5 minutes gone in the first half. Now the kick will come forward just behind halfway, down the middle. Gorman got a little hand to that ball. Is it a knock-on? The referee says it is. Against Louis Gorman on his 10. It was a trickier kick because it wasn't a high one. It was sort of waist-height kick. It was bobbling along. Gorman facing his own try line, and the referee says he's knocked on there, and that'll give head and feed to Whitehaven. And for the first time this afternoon, the Featherstone defence are going to be tested here with a set for Whitehaven just 10 metres away from the Rovers try line. Ball goes into the scrum, out towards the left-hand side. The looping pass, there's a gap that's opened up there. Romeo tries to dive in. And from the very first play of the set, Whitehaven has scored. It's Joey Romeo that dives in at the left corner, taking out the corner flag as he does so. 9.5 minutes into the first half, and we're all level at the Rec. It's Whitehaven 4, Featherstone Rovers 4, with a kick to come. And I'm sure the disappointment there will be right off the very first play in that set from the scrum. And the looping ball went out to the left wing, and we could see the gap was there, just enough for Romeo to make the most of it. And dive in at the corner. Good finish, really good finish. And a chance now for Jake Carter, who's on kicking duty, to put Featherstone Rovers behind. 25 metres away, close to that far left touchline. Left-footed strike, that's got plenty of height on it. Has it got the accuracy? No, the flags wave it away. So as a result, we are all level. Whitehaven 4, Featherstone Rovers 4. You know, Featherstone Rovers TV. A try apiece, conversions missed. Danny Addy missing for Featherstone. Jake Carter missing there for Whitehaven. If you're just joining us, Connor Wynne giving Featherstone Rovers the lead on 5 minutes from a lovely grubber kick from Connor Jones. Team full of Connors today for Featherstone Rovers. 3 of them in the starting lineup: Connor Wynne, Connor Barley, Connor Jones. Whitehaven in possession, centre of their 20. We're all level, 4 points apiece. Whitehaven saying that Featherstone are hanging on in the tackle there on Whitehaven's 30, but the referee says play on. As the home side start to move it out towards the left-hand side here. Nice cut-out ball. There's plenty of Featherstone Rovers men making the scramble across though, but a quick play the ball, trying to speed it up at the rock here, Whitehaven, and the high kick will come on Featherstone's 40. Gorman with eyes on it, and he's just about claimed that. He did really well there, because for a moment there I thought Whitehaven were just going to sneak it out of his hands, and particularly after what happened with the knock-on, which led to the try, of course, that'll do Gorman the world of good to claim that as cleanly as he did under pressure. Big boost for the young full-back there, I would imagine. Rovers in possession, centre of their 30. Here's Minikin. Wrapped up round the legs, brought down, 35 from his own try line. Again, now it's Featherstone trying to speed things up at the ruck. Lovely quick feet as well, get back on the inside there from Turner. Turner now with the cut-out ball's a beauty towards that right-hand side. There might be an opportunity here. Connor Barley plays it on. Now it's Wynne. Wynne just a couple of metres away. Oh, Connor Wynne, superb. What a try. His second of the game. Connor Wynne, brilliant finish in at the corner. I thought the avenue had closed up, but try telling that to Connor Wynne. He gets his second of the afternoon, and Featherstone Rovers go back in front. They lead by 8 points to 4. Wynne got to about 5 metres away, and I thought Mason was going to make the tackle, but the former Hull SC man says no chance. He is a man on fire at the moment for Featherstone Rovers, and just what they needed to get themselves back in front with 13 minutes gone at the Autos Rec. So 2 tries late on against Widnes, 2 tries early on here against Whitehaven. So 4 tries in his last half an hour, if you want to look at it that way, over 2 matches. Now we've got a change of kicker here for Featherstone Rovers, and it's going to be Louis Gorman. We did wonder whether or not he might come in for kicking, and after Danny Addy missed the first one, it's going to be Gorman that will try to stretch the lead for the visitors. So they are 23, 24 metres away, tight to that far right-hand touchline. The right-footed kick from Gorman, that looks better, and that is through the post. Louis Gorman adds the extras for Featherstone Rovers, and they now lead here at Whitehaven by 10 points to 4. They'll make it with about 15 minutes gone in the first half here at the Rec on Featherstone Rovers TV. It's from the kick-off, claimed on the full in the in-goal by Featherstone Rovers. Paul Turner starting off that move for Connor Wynn's try with a lovely cut-out ball towards Barley. And then Connor Wynn doing the rest, and Featherstone already moving it nicely out towards the left-hand side. Not seen much of the ball down the left for Featherstone today. Quick play the ball. Good tackle made though quickly on at Gareth Gale on Featherstone's 40. Turner now gets things going again for Featherstone. Nice offload backwards there, finds Turner. Can he produce any more magic here? No, I think Whitehaven have got him sus now after that lovely pass. 3 of them straight on him to make the tackle just inside the Whitehaven half. Out towards the right-hand side, lovely meters made there. Up towards the 30 by Featherstone. Here's Addy. Now run back on the inside after the ball from Turner to Brad Day. Day brought down 15 metres away. Now here's Addy. And Kamano backing into the Whitehaven defence. He's brought down just a couple of metres short of the try line, right in front of the sticks. Bowes from acting half. Jones steps back onto his left foot. Oh, he's lost the ball there in the tackle. It's come out. It went backwards though. The referee says play on. Last tackle play now then for Featherstone. They're 10 metres away. Chip kick out to the wing. Gale's got eyes on it. Whitehaven get a hand to the ball. It's picked up by Minikin, who's touched it down, and the try is given. A 3rd try of the afternoon for Featherstone Rovers, and it's Greg Minikin that gets the score and gives a little bit of breathing space now to Featherstone Rovers on that last tackle play. A beautiful chip kick to the wing. Gale went up there with Gebby, and the touch backwards by Gale, and Minikin picks it up, touches it down so easily that I just had to check whether or not it was going to be given, and indeed it was. His 6th try in 10 games this year with Greg Minikin, that coming in the 17th minute of this game. And Featherstone Rovers now leading by 14 points to 4 at the Orsus Rec. After Connor Wynn got things going on 5 minutes, Romeo then levelling things up on 10 minutes, but a second for Wynn, and then Minikin as well just then to give Featherstone Rovers a decent looking advantage now in this one. We'll see whether or not they can add the extras too in this one here on Featherstone Rovers TV. Thank you so much for your company for this afternoon's game. As Featherstone Rovers look to make it 3 wins on the spin. Following on from their last 2 victories as well. 4th in the Championship, 3 wins, 2 defeats. Really picking things up though in recent weeks, Featherstone Rovers. And they'll be looking to try and add the extras here. And stretch that lead just that little bit further. To make it 16 points to 4. And the conversion, in fact, missed for Featherstone Rovers there. So the lead remains at 14 points to 4. We've got about 20 minutes left now. Here at the Altus Rec, and it's going to be a penalty for Whitehaven, offside against Featherstone Rovers. So 1 kick from 3 successful for Featherstone Rovers, so they lead by 14 points to 4. Now the kick out into touch from Whitehaven on their 40 from Jake Carter. And Whitehaven will restart with the tap 30 metres away down the left, but the referee tells Whitehaven to do that again. Take 2. First tackle made. 22 metres away down the left-hand side. On towards the middle now for the home side, and it's a penalty for a head-high tackle this time against Featherstone Rovers on Guy Graham. So it gives a fresh set once more to Whitehaven. Centre field, 15 metres away from Featherstone's try line. First tackle made, the Featherstone defenders getting back into line as Whitehaven move it out towards the left edge, and they've broken through nicely here with McCarron. A flat ball on to Owen McCarron. He busted through the line and takes it to the left of the posts and scores for Whitehaven with 18 minutes left in the first half. It's now Whitehaven 8, Featherstone Rovers 14, as Featherstone Rovers made to pay for back-to-back penalties. And Owen McCarron running onto the ball really nicely. But I'm sure that'll be a bit of frustration for the coach James Ford, that from back-to-back penalties, giving the initiative to Whitehaven, giving them the chance to find a route back into this. And much like their first try, where they scored off the first play from the head and feet of the scrum, they've made Featherstone Rovers pay on this occasion. And now right in front of the post, Jake Carter will look to add the extras, and he does. Puts it straight through the post. So it's now Whitehaven 10, Featherstone Rovers 14. Here on Featherstone Rovers TV. And Featherstone Rovers will get things back underway shortly. The referee just stopping the clock while Louis Gorman gets this ball on the kicking tee, ready to go and get things back underway. 3 tries to 2 in favour of Featherstone at the moment, a 4-point advantage in this one, leading by 14 points to 10. And quickly out the line there, Danny Addy. Some of the home fans not happy with the nature of the tackle, but play goes on, and a quick go from acting half. This is a brilliant run for Whitehaven from Gebby, back on his inside to the left. And a great tackle from Gale, bringing down Hannigan. 20 metres away, but it's a quick play the ball for Whitehaven, and Evans now stepping onto his right foot, offloads it to his right, and they've lost the ball in the corner, Whitehaven. It was Corkill that couldn't gather the ball up from the one-handed offload to the right wing. A let-off for Featherstone Rovers there. But it was a wonderful break from Gebbie initially. Going from acting half. Strong run up the centre of the field. Huge credit though for Gareth Gale to make that initial tackle to bring him down. We'll just have a little break in play at the minute with Danny Addy just having a bit of treatment. But he looks to be absolutely fine. He was just on his haunches for a little bit there. But he's back up. All right to carry on as Featherstone play the ball on their 10. They lead by 14 points to 10. But I'm sure that'll be a little bit of a warning shot to them. The fact that Whitehaven came so close to levelling up once again. Whitehaven, I think, have certainly been buoyed by that latest score. Really quick to the tackle at the minute. It's Featherstone trying to make their way up the centre of the field. And 25 from their own line at the moment. Good feet from Featherstone to get them onto the 40. From Brad England. Featherstone now just creeping over halfway down the centre. Here's Bowes at acting half. To his right for Turner. Puts the high kick in. Claimed by Mason. 12 from his own try line. Now the offload goes backwards there to Gebbie. But there's a blue wall, no pun intended. And Whitehaven have lost the ball. Whitehaven have lost it. Featherstone have got it 10 metres away. Big moment there. Can they make it count? Now England's in a one-on-one wrestle. And the referee here says it's a penalty in favour of Featherstone. Offside against the home team. Whitehaven players not happy with that call. A few of them went over to the touch judge on the far side as well as to the referee. And Featherstone restart with a tap 10 metres away. So it's Kamana that went off for Brad England. And he's already got himself well and truly involved. 5 metres away now to the left of the post, Featherstone Rovers. Bowes. Addy to the right of the sticks! Danny Addy's got it down! Bulldozed his way over to the right of the post, in front of the travelling fans. That feels like it could be a big moment for James Ford's men. It's Whitehaven 10, Featherstone Rovers 18. Was it pretty? No. Was it effective? Very. It was Bowes there at acting half, onto his right for Addy, and Addy just found a way through. 2 defenders, one either side of him, and he still managed to get over. 6 try in 12 games now for Danny Addy. And the way that the game was just moving towards Whitehaven in terms of that momentum, that feels like a really big try for Featherstone Rovers. As Wellington Albert and Rhys Butterworth in for Bowes and Bussey. And the kick from Louis Gorman 10 metres out right in front of the post is successful. And the official clock saying just under 12 minutes left in the first half. And it's Whitehaven 10, Featherstone Rovers 20. Big moment, big try. Particularly after Whitehaven went so close just a couple of minutes ago down in the right corner. So a 10-point advantage now for Featherstone Rovers. As the kick-off bounces once and it's collected now by Rovers, who bring it over their 10. Looking for a third win on the spin. as the wind just starts to pick up a little bit at the Rec. Still a decent afternoon though. Featherstone will eventually get the chance to play the ball on their 20, along to the middle. Now out towards the left, there's a bit of space with the Whitehaven defenders bunched up. But Featherstone brought down just over their 30-metre line. Back towards the middle it goes now. And there's 4 Whitehaven men to make the tackle this time to get Rovers to ground. Now quickly from acting half, the kick comes forward from Butterworth. And it bounces into the hands of Mason on Whitehaven's 20. So Reece Butterworth had a good debut last time out. We'll be looking to build on that in the game against Widnes. Whitehaven in possession, centre of their 40. Whitehaven 10, Featherstone Rovers 20. 10 minutes left of the first half on Featherstone Rovers TV as Gebby again nearly finds a way to break through. And he's brought to ground. He was named as on the wing, Gebby, and Featherstone Rovers have got the ball. Featherstone Rovers get the ball on their 40. That's a couple of times now that Whitehaven have lost possession carelessly. And Featherstone have made them pay. They have it on halfway with Connor Jones. 9.5 minutes just over of this first half. And it's a penalty, tip tackle against Whitehaven. And that tackle coming on Whitehaven's 40, centre field on Turner. The referee confirming again the tip tackle. And now the kick from Jones, which will go out into touch. Very well caught, one-handed by a fan on the terracing. Didn't spill a drop of his drink. Tremendous efforts. And Featherstone will restart 15 metres away down the right-hand side. I say that full of jealousy. I could not do that. From the play the ball 5 metres away, here's Addy onto his left for Turner. Now Minikin looking to get his second of the afternoon, but he's going to be wrapped up. Just a couple of metres short though. Another try before the break would be huge. Here's Addy. Tees it up now for a run down the middle. England spinning off, bouncing off a tackler before he's brought down a couple of metres away. From the play the ball. Featherstone move it out towards the right hand side with Gorman. Dummies back on the inside, goes to ground. Jones to his left for Addy. On again now for Brad Day. Tackle just a couple of metres away, and it's final tackle play for Featherstone Rovers. It's a little grubber from acting half, but it's well pounced on down low by Whitehaven. Looks like Ryan King got to that first as Addy tried the cheeky little grubber there from acting half. Now a penalty against Featherstone, and the referee saying it's a head-high tackle, and that's a pressure reliever for Whitehaven on their 10-metre line, kicked out into touch. Whitehaven 10, Featherstone Rovers 20 on Featherstone Rovers TV with me, Tim Steer. Thank you so much for your company this afternoon, wherever you're listening in from. As at the moment, Featherstone on their way to make it 3 wins in a row. Keep the pressure on the top end of the table. And Whitehaven moving the play out towards the right-hand side this time, just creeping over the 40. Now Duran. Jamie Duran, not Oscar Duran, not involved today, Oscar, but Jamie Duran in off the interchange bench. Now Dan Hindmarsh, who's making his Whitehaven debut today. As Whitehaven find themselves 42 metres away, centre field. Now Hugh Worthington, another one of the debut makers, on off the bench for Whitehaven. McCarron, score of the second try for Whitehaven, who find themselves now 20 metres away, just left of centre. Quick go from Atting half, the grubber kick from Jamie Duran, but that's got too much gas on it. That will bounce beyond the dead ball line, and Louis Gorman will happily run this to the 20 to tap and get things going again for Featherstone Rovers, who have a 10-point advantage. There's been some key moments in this game, but I feel like that Danny Addy try, the latest try, could be big. Featherstone, a couple of metres short of halfway, scooping it up from acting half-back. Here's Butterworth. Gets up to the 40 in Whitehaven's half. Addy is there at acting half-back, but Butterworth eventually getting onto his feet to play the ball. Referee says nothing wrong, play on. It's Wellington Albert now. Gets Featherstone to 30 metres away, centre field. Butterworth at acting half to Addy. Onto his right for Jones. Another decent looking kick. Connor Wynne can't quite get there. Just goes out into touch in the end. But Connor Jones was looking to assist Connor Wynne again there for what would have been a hat-trick try. But it just goes out into touch about 5 metres away from the Whitehaven try line. Unlucky though. And so Whitehaven will have it on their 10-metre line. As they move it out towards the right-hand side this time, Whitehaven. Quick pressure though. Making the tackle is Turner. It's back towards the middle. Whitehaven centre of the 30. Scooping it up with Jamie Duran onto his left-hand side. Mason trying to break through the line, but there's 4 Featherstone Rovers defenders to make the tackle. They're a couple short of halfway now, Whitehaven. 4 minutes left in this first half. Featherstone continue to lead 20 points to 10. Now it's into the hands of Hannigan. Big kick forward down the right. Really well caught again by Gorman this time. He had to drop down lower that time to claim it on the 10-metre line down Featherstone's right edge. But he did a good job. It's Featherstone now with Gale, who's lost that one. And that will just hand the initiative back to Whitehaven. His teammates go to try and console Gareth Gale there, but he's waving them away. He doesn't want to know. And this is on Featherstone's, well, just in front of Featherstone's 10-metre line. Head and feet at the scrum for Whitehaven. Now can Featherstone keep Whitehaven at bay this time after the last play from the scrum? Comes out to the left again. And it's Mason, but this time he's quickly closed off. Oh, it's offside. It's offside against Featherstone. Right on the very first tackle of the play. So back it goes to the 10. Head and feed to Whitehaven once more. Well, they won't mind that. They'll think it's just take 2. Featherstone will, though, as Hannigan puts it in. Now backheeled in the scrum and out towards the left again for Carter, but again quickly closed down by Featherstone Rovers. No issues this time. 5 metres away, Whitehaven. Jamie Duran now bringing Hindmarsh into play. And he's going to be stopped right in front of the try line. Featherstone defending for their lives here as King tries to go under the post, but again, Featherstone scrambling well. They make the tackle 2 metres away from their own try line. Flags blowing in the background as the wind picks up in Cumbria. And the ball moved out towards the left-hand side, this time for Whitehaven, who've nearly broken through, but they've got the offload to Joey Romeo. His second of the afternoon for Whitehaven. And so close to half-time, just over 3 minutes left of the first half. Romeo's second means it's Whitehaven 14, Featherstone Rovers 20. It's Jamie Duran starting the move out towards the left. And Connor Jones thought he had wrapped up Curtis Tier enough, but he got the offload away to Romeo, who touches it down. And with the clock ticking away the final couple of minutes of this first half, we talk about key moments in a game. If Featherstone could have kept Whitehaven out there just before half-time, possibly taking a 10-point lead into the break, that would have been big, but instead 6 points at the moment with a kick to come. And it's going to be Jake Carter down the left-hand side, 22 metres away, couple in from the touchline to reduce the arrears to 4. Left-footed strike. And the flags go up. It's a 4-point game now at the Autos Rec. It's Whitehaven 16, Featherstone Rovers 20. And the knock-on from Gareth Gale initially causing a problem for Featherstone Rovers. And Whitehaven have got all their tries down their left side, Featherstone's right side. And all coming off the back of penalties as well, conceded by James Ford's men. I'm sure that will be picked out come post-match analysis time, whenever that may be. And Whitehaven will play the ball 15 from their own line. The referee wanted them to play the ball again, so they do. Moved out towards the left-hand side, 25 from their own try line, Whitehaven. 4-point advantage for Featherstone Rovers, leading by 20 points to 16. And it's a knock-on against Whitehaven. Down the left-hand side, as they were getting back up, the knock-on. 35 metres from their own try line, so Featherstone Rovers will get the ball back, and they've raced to make this scrum, because they know with the seconds ticking away in this half, or into the final minute I make it, 32 metres away, head and feed, centre field. Now Paul Turner dancing left to right, brought down centre of the 30 in the end. There goes the hooter, in fact. And that is half-time at the Autos Rec, where Featherstone Rovers do lead at Whitehaven by 20 points to 16. In a game which has seen Featherstone Rovers score 4 tries in the first half to Whitehaven's 3. Connor Wynne getting things going on 5 minutes. Down the right edge after a lovely grubber kick from Connor Jones. The first of 2 tries then for Joey Romeo on 10 minutes, levelling the game at 4 points apiece, but then a second try for Connor Wynne down the right, and Greg Minikin 4 minutes later, those coming on 13 and 17 minutes, making it 14 points to 4 in Featherstone's favour. Owen McCarron then on 22 minutes, narrowing it to 14-10 in Featherstone's favour. Danny Addy bursting over to the right of the post, made it 20-10, and Romeo second on 37 minutes, making the half-time score of Whitehaven 16, Featherstone Rovers 20, here on Featherstone Rovers TV. And we'll be back for full second half commentary in a few moments' time. Do stay with us. TV for the second half of James Ford's men away at Whitehaven in the Championship, with a narrow lead of 20 points to 16 following on from the first half. 2 tries from Connor Wynne, 1 for Greg Minikin, 1 for Danny Addy for Featherstone Rovers this afternoon, and a double for Joey Romeo and 1 for Owen McCarron for the home side. And it's going to be Whitehaven that will kick things off, going from right to left as we view it, and Featherstone Rovers from left to right in the second half, as they look to make it 3 wins in a row following on their victories against Doncaster and that one last week at home to Widnes. And Whitehaven get things underway in the second half here on Featherstone Rovers TV. I'm Tim Steer. Thank you so much for your company this afternoon. A tight first half. Let's hope it's a bit better in the second for Featherstone Rovers. One thing James Ford did say after the game against Widnes is that they never give in. And it's always a battle against any of the Cumbrian teams. And it's certainly proven to be the case today. It's a kick from Featherstone Rovers from behind their 40, and that's gone out into touch. And that must be close to a 40-20. And I think it just wasn't quite there. It was a brilliant kick down the right-hand side, and indeed it is going to be Whitehaven's ball on their 20, but my word, that was close. The referee did have to check with the touch judge just to be absolutely sure. But Ryan Cox, in the end, coming to the decision it will be Whitehaven's ball from the kick, but that was so close to a 40-20. As Whitehaven in possession on their 30, with 3 Featherstone Rovers men making the tackle. A narrow 4-point advantage for James Ford's side, as they look to keep the home side at bay in beautiful sunshine in Cumbria. Still windy. And I know sometimes when the rain falls at the Rec it can turn into a bit of a mud bath, but from a commentator's point of view, definitely not the case today. Last tackle play, and it's Whitehaven on their 40, taking it down the right hand side, cut out ball towards the wing. Now the grubber kick back in field, and Goldman's let that go by him, but he should race back to get it. He does. Can he get out the in goal? He's avoided one tackler, but he's not avoided the second. He was running all the way along the in goal, trying to find a way out, and I think it's Gebby that managed to get him to ground in the end. He nearly got away there. He certainly avoided one man diving for him on that dead ball line. And it'll be a drop out from under the posts, and Featherstone Rovers with Butterworth will launch this one, and it's claimed by Whitehaven 38 metres away, as Hugh Worthington has possession. He's on a month's trial here at Whitehaven, making his debut this afternoon. Now to Hindmarsh, who's on loan from Castleford for 2 weeks. Former London Broncos man. Plays the ball 20 metres away centre field. Jamie Duran now teed up for Guy Graham, who's grounded 12 metres out. Quick play the ball though to keep things going now for Whitehaven. Out towards the left-hand side, Tears on to his left. Oh, and they couldn't gather it in, and it's gone out into touch. Another big opportunity missed for Whitehaven there. Down the left edge this time. It was down the right edge in the first half. But it was Joey Romeo who was on the hat-trick as well, as Tier got the ball away out to his left-hand side. Huge gap there for Romeo. It would have been a simple walk-in if he had claimed it, but he couldn't gather it in. And it means the score stays. Whitehaven 16, Featherstone Rovers 20, here on Featherstone Rovers TV. No doubt the travelling blue wall there, and yourselves listening in, a sigh of relief at that one. 4 minutes into the second half. Featherstone just in front of their 30-metre line, moving the ball out towards the left edge. Here's Turner. Now Minikin. Minikin close to that far left touchline, brought down by 3 Whitehaven men. He's trying to get up to play the ball quickly, and he does. They're 45 metres away, Featherstone. Here's Addy, palms off a man, finds Connor Jones to his right. Lovely quick feet from Connor Jones, gets away from 2 tacklers, offloads it, goes to ground, bounces into the hands of a Featherstone Rovers man. And back it goes for the high kick, 48 metres away, down the middle it goes. That's a real tricky one, bounces, goes over the post, and it's claimed by Romeo. It gets away from one tackler and out of the in goal. Brought down 5 metres from his own try line. That was a real testing kick there though. And now Featherstone trying to pen Whitehaven back. They're on their 20-metre line. just the 4 points in it. Featherstone leading 2016, but Gebby, who has been a real live wire, has skipped away from a couple of tacklers again here for Whitehaven, gets the ball to his right, and it's picked up by Featherstone on their own 40. It was Turner. Now Turner's been pushed to ground, ball's come out of his hands. Let's see what the decision's going to be here. It's a knock-on. It was Gebby that made the initial break, and it's head and feed to Featherstone. Head and feed to Featherstone. It was Gebby that made the break. He has been really threatening for Whitehaven today. The Papua New Guinean, quick feet, got up to the 40. Then the ball came out from him, and Turner scooped it up. And it's from that the head and feed goes to Featherstone Rovers, 32 from their own try line, centre field. Gebby is listed as starting on the wing, but he's been here, there and everywhere for Whitehaven this afternoon. Connor Wynne, who's on a hat-trick. He's going to be tackled centre field, 45 metres from the Rovers try line. On to play the ball, Butterworth out to his left for Addy. Into the Whitehaven half go James Ford's men. 5 metres in for the tackle is made. Eyes towards the middle for Addy this time. Into his right again. And Featherstone now find themselves 30 metres away from acting half to the left for England. England has got a hold of a Whitehaven man. He's trying to find an offload. Oh, he spun off the tackler, England. England now gets to 15 metres away, and he's eventually brought to ground. Last tackle play for Featherstone Rovers. Can they make this one count now? The kick from Jones towards the wing, looking for Connor Wynne, and that should be a Featherstone ball, because I think it was tapped out by the Whitehaven man. And that's the call. It is Featherstone's ball. It was a chip kick out towards Featherstone's right wing. Wynne went up with the Whitehaven defender, and it came off him last, so it will be Featherstone's ball, 10 metres away. A real chance now, with 7.5 minutes gone in the second half, to stretch the lead. First tackle made on day, 5 metres away down the left-hand side. Addy awaits at acting half. Addy sells the dummy, tries to go over himself. Has he got this one down? Featherstone Rovers think he has, and the try is given. Danny Addy with a second try of the game. Another crucial moment delivered by Danny Addy. And Featherstone Rovers now lead 24 points to 16 at Whitehaven. And it's Danny Addy once more that comes up with a big moment in this match. The first one coming at 20 points to 10. And now for 24 points to 16 with a kick to come. And Louis Gorman is back on kicking duties. 7 tries in 12 games now this year for Danny Addy, the skipper. Doing really well right on the try line, because he had his back to the try line, because he initially tried to get over into the in goal. Whitehaven pushed him back, and he still managed to get that ball grounded on the line. He did ever so well there, Danny Addy. Louis Gorman 22 metres away down the left-hand touchline, couple metres in to try and add the extras. You can see the flags blowing in the wind. Not easy kicking conditions, but Gorman's nailed it. Gorman has nailed it. And that gives the 10-point advantage back now to Featherstone Rovers that they had after Addy's first try. It's Whitehaven 16, Featherstone Rovers 26, 9.5 minutes gone in the second half on Featherstone Rovers TV. And to show the urgency, Whitehaven have got things back on the way really quickly with the kick-off. Tremendous though for Danny Addy once again. A really good try. A really tricky finish. As Featherstone tackled on their 30, but play just going to be stopped because one of the Whitehaven players just with a potential head injury. So rightly so, the referee stops play to allow the physio to come on. So there'll be a short break in play whilst we await the Whitehaven player to get treatment. Well, as I said at the start of the second half, James Ford saying after witness that Featherstone never give in. And they've had to show a bit of grit here in Cumbria. And the Whitehaven player in question back up on to his feet, but he's coming off with the physio. And Featherstone will play the ball centre of their 30-metre line. And we get things back underway with a 10-point lead now for Featherstone Rovers. They've really got to put their foot on the throttle now with this 10-point advantage. They can't let Whitehaven keep creeping back into the game. It's time now to kick into gear and really push this on. Last tackle play for Rovers, centre of the halfway line. The kick charged down by Whitehaven, but good awareness from Gorman. He got to the loose ball from the charge down. 35 from his own try line. It looked like it was Carter that managed to charge the kick down. But if it wasn't for Gorman's awareness there was 3 Whitehaven players ready to pounce on that loose ball. So he did well, the fullback, as Addy now moves it out towards the left. Turner, cut out ball for Minikin. Minikin steps back on his right foot and he's brought to ground 38 metres away. Quick play the ball from Featherstone down their left side. It's Gale that keeps it alive for Turner. Turner wrapped up round the waist in a one-on-one. 32 metres to go. Butterworth from acting half. He's got the ball in his right hand. He's just palming people off. He's trying to find an option here, where he's eventually brought down 25 metres away down the left. Now the high kick will come from Addy. And it's well claimed by Whitehaven, 5 from their own line, but Keenan Tomlinson was there quick to close down the former Keighley man. As Whitehaven try and get out of their 10 now. And they're trying to speed things up with the ruck to get themselves out of this dangerous position. They're 5 metres short of their 30. Featherstone Rovers 26, Whitehaven 16. 27 minutes to go as they make an arcing run down the right-hand side. Turner's done well to stem the flow for now of Mason, but he's got the offload to his right-hand side, and Whitehaven now get themselves to 32 metres away down the right edge. Cheered on by their home fans. Gebby trying the offload backwards, and it's pounced on by Featherstone. Featherstone get the ball there. Gebby had his arm right up in the air as he tried to offload it out, and it's pounced on, and Featherstone Rovers get possession back. And Brad Day takes it up to halfway. Now Jones back on his left for Featherstone. 42 metres out. Addy onto his right, and Jones, who's been very much in the halves today. Definitely not been much swapping at all with Harry Bowes. Last tackle play for Featherstone, centre of Whitehaven's 40. The high kick will come from Turner. Out, down the Featherstone left, the Whitehaven right, and Gebby just juggling it, but does claim it on the 10, facing his own try line. But I'll tell you what, Greg Minikin was sniffing around just in case he did spill that one. It's all about the territory game at the minute for Featherstone, keeping Whitehaven at bay. A 10-point advantage for the visitors, as Whitehaven try and break through the Featherstone line. They're up to their own 40, centre field. Decent metres made there as the kick will come on the last. Down the middle, bounces, and Gorman will collect. Finds Gale. Gale now with the offload backward to Gorman, who's there supporting him. Brought down on Featherstone's 40, down the left. Now they're tackled on halfway. Featherstone can get another try here I think that could be possibly the moment of the match, the key moment of the match. Addy onto his left as they force their way up to 30 metres away, centre field. Butterworth's there at acting half, plays to his left. Turner now with the chip kick over the line, and that'll be Mason to collect 8 metres from his own line. Finds Gebby. And Featherstone Rovers wise to him now, I think. Quick to make him stop his run 8 metres from his own try line. He's definitely got a bit of X factor for Whitehaven today. It can lead to a moment of brilliance, it can lead to an offload that goes awry. But this is a good defensive set at the moment from Featherstone. They're keeping Whitehaven in their 10. So they try and move it out towards the left edge this time. They're brought down 22 metres from their own line. Good containing set at the moment from Featherstone. As Worthington goes up the middle. Brought down 35 from his own line in its last tackle play. So that's a decent set defensively there from Featherstone. And the high kick will be caught by Gorman on the Rovers 20. So far, managing the game decently enough, Featherstone. Just when they play the ball, they're very quickly closed down. Tackle made, Featherstone on their 40. Quick go from Butterworth from acting half. He's looked really lively for Featherstone in the last couple of games now. Good debut against Widnes. Connor Jones from acting half to his left. Pushing on is Dean Roberts, who's on off the bench, back after a long absence. Plays the ball, and Featherstone try the attack down the left again. They're brought down 25 metres away. Now Addy with a chip kick heading towards that wing. It's claimed though by Gebby. Gareth Gale wasn't going to get on the end of that little chip kick from the skipper. But again, it's just that game management, it's just that gameplay of just at least keeping Whitehaven in possession back close to their line as possible. Trying to tire the home side out. 22.5 minutes to go. Whitehaven 16, Featherstone Rovers 26. Whitehaven move it to the right. As now Gebby tries to break away, and he does again. Up towards the Featherstone 40. Offloads it backwards now for Hannigan. Hannigan gets over towards the 10 before he's wrestled down by Gale. Crucial tackle there from Gareth Gale. Gebby now to Mason. Pass to his left goes to ground, but it's scooped up by Whitehaven, who keep this one alive. And McCarran now on for Tier. Tier, will he get over the try line? No, it's a forward pass. Oh, that is another huge moment. Whitehaven can't believe it. Their arms are outstretched. They're looking at the touch judge on this near side because they have the numbers advantage. That should have been a try really for Whitehaven. But at the crucial ball to Tier, he's managed, well, he got the ball, but it was from a forward pass. And now Featherstone Rovers quickly go from acting half there, and it's a penalty in Featherstone's favour on their 30. Not clean there at the ruck. Marker's not square. And the home fans who are already not happy at that forward pass being ruled. Now not happy with that call either, but it'll be kicked out into touch. And Featherstone Rovers will restart in the Whitehaven half. Fresh set to play with within Whitehaven's 40, and just as I say that, Keenan Tomlinson's knocked on in the tackle, 32 metres from Whitehaven's try line, and it's head and feet to the home side. I put the mockers on that one slightly, didn't I? Shouldn't have said anything. Well, it's Whitehaven's ball instead then on Featherstone Rovers TV. 20 minutes to go in the second half. Whitehaven 16, Featherstone Rovers 26. No points since the break. Oh, sorry, Danny Addy with the only try. My apologies. Danny Addy with the only try in the half on 48 minutes. Now Romeo brings it over halfway for Whitehaven. Thank you for your company on Featherstone Rovers TV this afternoon, and it's a knock-on for Whitehaven this time. Jamie Duran's arguing the case on halfway. And we're going to have head and feet at the scrum to Featherstone Rovers. Well, it's errors galore at the minute. But it will be Featherstone Rovers that will have the ball with head and feet on halfway. I put the mockers on it last time, so I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to say that Connor Barley has possession, making his debut on dual registration from Hull KR, the 19-year-old, the nephew of Paul Cook. As Featherstone Rovers move it out towards the left-hand side, they've been brought down 30 metres away. Can they extend their 10-point lead here with Turner? Back to Minikin. Minikin brought down 20 metres away. Harry Bowe's back on the field now for Featherstone Rovers as Kamano is going to be put on his front centre field, 18 metres away from the play. The ball bounces into the hands of Gorman. Gorman looking for an option down the left, tries to go through the line. He's brought down 10 metres away. Bowes is there at acting half. Plays the ball. Featherstone Rovers with a grubber from Turner. It's collected by Gebby, but the tackle in the in goal. Well played, Featherstone Rovers. Well played, Brad Day. Reacted quick to the Turner grubber, and Gebby couldn't get out of the in goal as the Blue Wall have made their way round to the end where Featherstone Rovers are attacking, watching on in the sunshine, but still plenty of coats and hats on. Still a cool breeze, even on the 28th of April. And Addy trying to arc his run out to the left, and he's lost the ball. And it gives it back to Whitehaven. And now penalty against Featherstone Rovers. Dissent, says the referee this time. So obviously something said out of turn after Addy lost the ball, and Featherstone felt like there should have been a call that has gone their way there. So instead, Jamie Duran now kicks out into touch. Decent kick. And Whitehaven will restart 30 metres away down the right-hand side. Whitehaven 16, Featherstone Rovers 26, 17 minutes to go. Graham tackled hard there. Penalty for Whitehaven. A little bit of afters, but nothing much. Graham just checking for a cut on his lip. High tackle against Featherstone Rovers. Jamie Duran with ball in hand. And he taps it. And Guy Graham will go forward now for the hosts. Brought down 22 away, centre field. Nice ball along the line to McCarron, who nearly got through there, but his opposite number 20, Keenan Tomlinson, makes the tackle 12 metres away. Whitehaven now with Carter onto his right for King. King making the run, arcing towards the right. 3 Featherstone Rovers men make the tackle. Whitehaven 5 metres away. Durana acting half onto his right. Hannigan tries to burst over the try line, but he's going to be held back by the Featherstone defence down that left edge. From the play, the ball, it's towards the middle with Carter. Now Tier has got away from one tackler, and Tier will get over. Well, he may have been denied earlier on from a forward pass, but he's not going to be denied this time for Whitehaven. 15 and a half minutes left to go, and it's now Whitehaven 20, Featherstone Rovers 26, with a kick to come as well, to potentially make for a nervy ending now. Too easy in the end for here to make his way through and score that one. As the seagull flies towards the posts, Whitehaven will certainly be hoping this kick flies through the posts. They are 18 metres away to the left of the posts. Jake Carter is going to be the man kicking. If this goes through, it's a 4-point game. Carter just stares towards the post, swinging action with his arms in front of him. Left-footed kick. Oh, he's pulled it wide. He's pulled it wide at the far post. So it stays Whitehaven 20, Featherstone Rovers 26. So the 6-point advantage remains for Featherstone Rovers. And with it being this tight, that could be big. That could be a crucial element. That missed conversion. 15 minutes to go. Every kick, we always say that, that kicks are so important in games. They can make such a difference when it is as tight as this. And that missed conversion means the 6-point advantage remains as Whitehaven get over their 10, their 15 from their own try line before they're brought down, as Featherstone Rovers lead by 6. Whitehaven move it towards the right. Addy, one of 2 men to make the tackle. And Ryan King is brought to ground, 35 from his own try line. Quick defence from Featherstone Rovers. They've offloaded the ball backwards. A couple short of halfway now in its last tackle play, so the kick will come from Jamie Duran. And it bounces once and into the hands of Gorman on the Featherstone Rovers 10, who will run towards the line. Now brought down, 25 from his own line. Bar that early knock-on that he had at the start of the game, Louis Gorman, which ended up leading to a Romeo try. I think he's had a good game today for Featherstone Rovers. He's dealt with a couple of high kicks well. Been very defensively aware. Here's Keenan Tomlinson, looks to have been tipped there and the referee agrees. A tip tackle on Tomlinson, just inside Whitehaven's half. And there's a bit of discussion now as to what Featherstone are going to do here. With a 6-point lead, 13 minutes to go. And they're going to kick it out into touch. They're going to run with it, they're going to roll with it. Fresh set. And a tap restart. 30 metres away. Can they make this count? They're brought down on the 20. Bowes is at acting half. To his left for Jones. Jones steps back on his left foot. Wrestled one-on-one to the ground by Guy Graham. 20 away. Addy now for Kamano. He's worked hard today as well. Maurice Kamano brought down 10 out. Oh, and again, I put the mockers on it once more. He's knocked on. He had a real charge at the line there, Kamano, but he's just knocked on. And that's head and feed to Whitehaven. I feel loath to praise anyone anymore. Just waiting for the next thing to put the mockers on. I do apologise. Featherstone Rovers TV. 11 minutes 50 left of this game. Whitehaven 20, Featherstone Rovers 26. Well, if they are going to get over the line, it may not be as convincing as the last visit here to the wreck. Feels like it could be a hard work as Gebby gets up towards the 40 for the offload. Few Featherstone fans thought that was forward, but play goes on. Whitehaven now moving out towards the right instead. Tackle just a couple of metres short of halfway. They'll play the ball. 11 minutes 15 left. Whitehaven 20, Featherstone Rovers 26. The home fans buoyed by this latest move. They're up to the 40. Now Hannigan sells a dummy, tries to get through the line, but he's going to be wrapped up. Dean Roberts brings him to ground. 22 away down the right edge. Jamie Duran sells the dummy, plays it down his right. The grubber kick, and Gorman is there again to collect. That's what I mean. He's had a really good defensive aware performance. He was there to get that grubber 5 metres from his own try line. From what could have been a tricky little grubber down the right there from Corkill. And now Featherstone get up to the 20, but Whitehaven are really tackling hard. They know there's been a few little errors from Featherstone Rovers, and they want to try and shake them up into maybe making another mistake. It's going to take a big mentality of these Featherstone Rovers players, and one of them down injured. It's Connor Wynne, who's just grabbing his lower back after that latest tackle. Stay down, the physio on straight away. Play's going to be stopped for a little bit whilst the physio just checks on Connor Wynne, so some of the Featherstone Rovers players can have a drink and a little bit of a breather, just a bit of a reset maybe, because Whitehaven really fired up at the minute. And just while Connor Wynne's getting treatment, we can see a couple of the Whitehaven players there turning to the rest of their teammates as they square up here just to say, come on, let's keep this going. And that's what I mean, the mindset's got to be right now for Featherstone Rovers. Maybe one of those will have to claw and scratch at it, get the result, make it 3 wins in a row. May not end up being the prettiest. It's from the kick, the pass from Whitehaven goes to ground, collected though on their 20, their centre field. And now Whitehaven try and move it down the left side this time, but Featherstone Rovers with the tackle. Maybe spinning off a couple of Featherstone Rovers tacklers again, Whitehaven, as they creep towards halfway. And it's a knock-on. Knock-on from Curtis Tier for Whitehaven. Pats on the back from Featherstone Rovers players. It almost feels like a relief the way they celebrated that. The home fans are not happy at all. But that gives head and feed to Featherstone Rovers at the scrum on halfway. 8 minutes 22 to go. Whitehaven 20, Featherstone Rovers 26. That's another collective sigh of relief. Ball goes into the scrum from Jones. Now Gorman. Wrapped up round the legs by Hannigan. And Day. Brought down just over the 40 in Whitehaven's half. James Ford's men looking at this stage for a try that could be enough to win this one now. A 30 out. Here's Jones. Steps back on his left. Connor Jones brought down. 12 away. Harry Bowes quick to acting halfback. Throws to his left-hand side for Danny Addy. Addy onto his left again for Turner with a double pump. Gorman quick hands on for Minikin. Minikin looking to get in at the corner, but he's just denied. And it's a penalty for Featherstone. As Minikin was tackled by Hannigan, the referee says penalty in favour of Featherstone Rovers. And the referee is going to have a quick word, I think, with... I thought he was going to have a word with one of the Featherstone players, but I think he's just moving them away. Quick word with Danny Addy and nothing more. But this now is a big, big moment. As the referee is having a chat with his touch judge at the minute on the far side where the tackle on Minikin was, and it's going to be a yellow card. Whitehaven have got a man in the bin. It's Gebby. Gebby is in the bin, and Whitehaven will finish the game a man down. And as a result of that as well, Featherstone Rovers say they're going to go for the 2. Louis Gorman will kick. Whitehaven a man down. Featherstone with the penalty, leading by 6. Gorman will look to make it 8. with around 6 minutes left. How are your nerves, young man? Louis Gorman, who has World Cup ambitions with Ireland. But right now, he has a massive kick here. 23 metres away, near that far left-hand touchline for an 8-point lead. Gorman, right-footed, kicks it, and it's through the posts. The flags go up. Louis Gorman with a massive kick there for Featherstone Rovers. Means it's Whitehaven 20, Featherstone Rovers 28, with about 5 minutes to go. And Whitehaven with a man down in the bin as well. That might just be the moment as Whitehaven go for a short kick-off. It's been palmed backwards by Whitehaven. They'll pick it up with Mason as well on their 40. Infield he goes, and he's brought down 22 away. And the short kick-off has paid off for Whitehaven because they've got the ball back. Here's Jamie Duran. Carter. Mason. Goes to ground, and it's a penalty for Whitehaven. 18 metres away as well. 4 minutes 20 on the clock. And Jamie Duran with the ball in hand, and a tap restart just 12 metres away. Oh, they're not doing it the easy way today, Featherstone, but they've got the 8-point advantage. Thanks to that penalty kick, the Featherstone defenders saying, scramble over to the right. Because Whitehaven have gone down that left a couple of times. Another penalty for the hosts. High tackle is the call. High tackle against Featherstone Rovers. Duran has the ball again. Tap restart again. 10 metres away again. Big defence under the posts from James Ford's side. Jamie Duran to his left for Carter, now for Mason, cut out ball for the wing for Romeo, but that avenue's closed out. Can they force him into touch here, Featherstone Rovers? Yes, they can. Great defensive work from Featherstone Rovers, putting Romeo into touch there. And with just over 3 minutes left of this game and an 8-point advantage, that could be a big play. Once again. And breathe. And breathe, Featherstone Rovers fans. Whitehaven 20, Featherstone Rovers 28 on Featherstone Rovers TV. Big couple of minutes coming up from the visitors at the Ortus Rec as they look to see this one through now against the 12 men of Whitehaven after Gevi was sent to the bin, and make it 3 wins in a row. Featherstone on their 30. Handful of shirt from Jamie Duran on Harry Bowes. And he's brought down centre of the 40. Goes back to Connor Jones. He's not going to be able to get the kick away. Kamano now with it backwards. Now the kick comes forward from Featherstone. And that will go out into touch. 35 metres away from Whitehaven's try line. They race to get the ball. Under 2 minutes to go. Whitehaven 20, Featherstone Rovers 28. They race to the middle of the field in order to play this ball. Now Hannigan will start to move it out towards the right-hand side. He gets over halfway. There's 3 Featherstone defenders to make the tackle. Big effort again from Day and Turner. They break over the 40, brought down though 38 metres away from the Featherstone Rovers try line. Along to the centre it goes. Here's McCarron with one-on-one tackle from Featherstone. From the play the ball, it's King at first receiver. Ball in his right arm, palming off a man, loops the ball over towards his right hand side. Whitehaven could be in at the right corner here. And Will Evans has managed to get the ball down. No time for celebrations though, they race to get that ball to the kicking tee. In the final minute, I make it Whitehaven 24, Featherstone Rovers 28 with a kick to come. As Will Evans scores for the home side. And again, it's not great defence down that edge. And Whitehaven 21 metres away down the far right hand touchline to try and add the extras to make it a 2-point game. There goes the kick. Oh, and the touch judges looked at each other then and then waved it off. And again, home fans' frustration, home players' frustration, but it's not successful. It stays Whitehaven 24, Featherstone Rovers 28. It was a good couple of seconds after the kick that the touch judges were looking at each other, and in the end they both waved it away. And now Featherstone Rovers taking their time to go to halfway for this kickoff. And the ball blows off the kicking tee just to add extra drama here. Whitehaven 24, Featherstone Rovers 28. We're back underway with the kickoff for Featherstone Rovers. Jamie Duran running along the 10. Featherstone's so close to this third win in a row. But are they going to make it? Ball goes backwards from Whitehaven to ground. It's picked up though by the home side, but they're still only 15 metres from their own try line at the minute. Now Jamie Duran onto his left. Pass on again. And Mason is wrapped up quickly as well. And there goes the hooter. Whitehaven will play the ball, but the referee calls time. And Featherstone Rovers had to work really hard for that one. But they've made it 3 wins in a row in the championship with a 28 points to 24 victory at Whitehaven. The home fans booing, not happy with the way the game ended. But for the travelling Blue Wall, they've been rewarded for their long trip to Cumbria with a victory. It wasn't pretty. At times it was pretty gritty. But it's job done for James Ford's side. They'll pick up the 2 points. And the win for Featherstone Rovers this afternoon. And I think that was a collective sigh of relief that I could hear from you Featherstone Rovers fans. Thank you so much for listening in today. Victory for Featherstone Rovers, their 3rd in a row. It was 20 points to 16 in Rovers' favour at half-time. But Danny Addy, second of the game on 48 minutes, made it 26-16. But Curtis Tier on 65, reducing it to 26 points to 20. The conversion missed crucially at that point. But then Louis Gorman's penalty kick towards the end, where Whitehaven had Gebby sent to the bin, made it 28-20. And despite Will Evans' late try, 28-24, the conversion, controversially according to the home fans, ruled out. And Featherstone Rovers managed to see it through, applauded off in the end by the Blue Wall, as the Featherstone Rovers players make their way over to those travelling fans after a 3rd win in a row now, as James Ford's men continue to move their way up the championship table. Thank you so much for your company this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed it here on Featherstone Rovers TV. Victory for Featherstone Rovers by 28 points to 24 at Whitehaven. Take care.